Hello teachers, hello LPTs, good evening po. Kumusta po kayo? I hope you are doing well. Hihintayin ko po muna kayo na mag-visit ng aking Facebook page bago po ako magsimula. So I am very sorry for the delayed. Kanina kasi blackout dito sa amin. So na-shutdown yung laptop ko. Hindi pwede yung laptop ko. So nag-charge muna ako. So hapon na or around. Basta hapon na kasi may event ako na pinuntahan. Wait lang. Share ko po muna ito, yung live. Yung live natin sa iba. Wait lamang po. Please call the attention. Or please mention your friends na magti-take this coming September. September na, malapit na. Ilang araw na lang, ilang tulog na lang. Bare months na. Per month na, mag-start na yung per month. Sige, Gen Ed. I-share ko po muna yung live, then start na po tayo agad. Okay? Sige, para mabilis. Ay, hindi mabilis. Ibang phone pala ang gagamitin ko. Please call everyone na gusto pong mag-take or mag-take talaga ng let this coming September. Ilang araw na lang. Let nyo na. Handa na ba kayo? Open yung isa kong account. Share ko po muna everyone para mabilis. Mabilis kasi sa other ko na phone yung isa. Hirap-hirap. Malapit na. Sige. Ang hindi lang nag-brown out. Kanina pa ako nakapag-live kasi nag-brown out then hindi ko ma-open yung laptop ko. At yung phone ko, so nag-charge ako, dalawa talaga yung charge. Sige, 16 na yung nanonood as of the moment. Konti na lang. Okay. Ayun. Sige, mag-start tayo. Punta na ako dito. Start na tayo. Sige. Hello everyone. Hello again everyone, future LPTs at mga LPTs na nanonood ngayon. Kumusta po kayo today? Or tonight, we are going to discuss and rationalize questions po ito under General Science, General Education, Science and Technology po. Part 7 na tayo. Meron pa tayong 8, 9 at 10. No? Tatlo na lang if ever matapos ito. Okay, so please subscribe po yung aking Facebook, yung aking YouTube channel po. Same lang yung pangalan sa aking Facebook page. Okay, this is for you for September 2025 Let Takers. Bago po tayo magsimula, I am requesting everyone to please bow down your head and feel the presence of the Lord in the name of the Father, of the Son, of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Almighty and everlasting God, today we praise you for the gift of life, supportive family, genuine friends, thought processes, safety, and for all the blessings. Also, we praise you for human minds to understand the magnitude of your power is beyond our comprehension, and everything in this world is under your care. Lord, sometimes our mind grows cloudy and inwardly. Please take away these negative thoughts and fill our soul with hope and peace. Lord, we ask you to nurture our minds so we can study better and do well, especially during the upcoming board exam. Please forgive us, Lord, for our shortcomings against you and against our brothers and sisters. Please help us to remain in focus and remind us that we are nothing without you. Thank you, Lord, for every opportunity and all circumstances. Amen. Sige. Okay, again and again, hello po sa ating 34 as of the moment na viewers. Meron pa kaming program ni Ma'am Reg, malapit na po itong mag-close. Ibig sabihin kapag nag-close na, hindi na kami magtatanggap ng mga gustong mag-avail pa. Kasi usually, yung iba gusto nilang mag-avail pero close na kami. O last minute na sila mag-avail. Meron pa kayong 1 month to prepare. Especially if feeling nyo alanganin kayo sa majorship, meron pa kaming program na hinihanda ni Ma'am Reg para po sa inyo. For September 2025 LET, this is science majorship po sa amin. Meron pong free na Prof Ed at Gen Ed. Usually, yung tinatanong sa Facebook page ko, Ma'am, what if science lang po? Sinasabi ko, 500 talaga yung payment sa science majorship po, sorry. 500 po talaga yung payment. Pero yung Prof Ed at Gen Ed ni Ma'am Reg, okay, yung 24 na session, imagine 24 sessions, kapag ikaw ay science major, free po yun. Free na yun. At additional na po yung itong 10 na sessions ko po or extra sessions ko, additional na din po yun. Okay, so kung gusto mo talaga mag-avail yung mga videos namin, recorded videos namin from March 2025, uploaded na po yun. Patapos na po kami ni Ma'am Reg. Okay, so I think tomorrow magpo-post na kami sa aming Facebook exclusive group po yung pre-board at yung rationalization is sa next day naman po. Okay, malapit na talaga yung final coaching. Alam na alam ng mga nag-a-avail na marami silang natututunan. So if ikaw pa hindi science major, you can message Ma'am Reg to avail yung 24 session niya for only 299 pesos. Okay? Sige, quiz time po tayo everyone. This is to test yourself. This is a 50-item test with rationalization. Disclaimer lamang po tayo. All information found belong to the rightful owners. No copyright infringement intended. This is for educational purposes only. Sige. Yung tanong po dito, yung inihanda ko po dito, yung 50 item na kinumpile ko po dito sa part 7 or episode 7 natin. More on po tayo sa trivia, which is random talaga or surprise talaga yung ginagawa sa Gen Ed Science. Surprise talaga palagi yung random lang ba? Mag-trivia lang na, nilabas yun, ganito pala yun, ganyan pala yun. So, ito yung, I think, 90% of this question, yung 50 items is mga trivia talaga. And I hope talaga, i-take note mo, promise, kasi mahilig si board exam sa Gen Ed ng mga trivia na question. Okay, so the more the merrier, kaya general Gen Ed kasi the more na kumbaga yung preparation mo, kung marami kang nabasang libro is better talaga yung kumbaga better or magkakaroon ka most probably na mataas na board exam rating or even mag-top ka. Okay, sige. Kunin niyo na po yung inyong mga needs, yung notes niyo po. Okay. Yung notes niyo po, isulat niyo na po diyan yung 1 hanggang sa 50. Sige. Okay, ready na ba? Wait po yung inyong mga comments. If ready na, good evening once again everyone. Sige, shout out. Shout out Sir Isaya. Okay, good evening. Sige. Hindi ko na makita yung mga comments ng iba kasi mag-move na tayo. Basta mag-study kayo dyan or makinig kayo dyan ng mabuti. Sige, mag-start na tayo. Hep-hep. Alright, sige, start na. Hindi ko nakita talaga yung comments niyo pero mag-start na ako. Sige. First question. Trivia, di ba? Yung tanong. Napaka-trivia. First question. Which animal has the fastest heartbeat? Sana all. Mouse, A, mouse, B, hummingbird, C, whale, D, elephant. What do you think? Which animal yung pinaka-fastest yung heartbeat dito sa... Ganun. So, ganun. Ano yung animal? Ano na animal? Anong sagot nyo? Hindi ko makita yung sagot nyo. So, the correct answer is letter B, hummingbird. Familiar po ba kayo sa hummingbird? O teachers, familiar, di ba? Fastest heartbeat. Yung mabilis di ba? Bird nga di ba? Grabe yung force nila, yung ano nila kapag ito yung hummingbird, di ba? Napakabilis yung yung lipad niya. So, yung kanyang feathers. O, ito. An average hummingbird's heart rate is more than 1,200 beats per minute. Imagine that, 1,200 beats per minute. Okay. Wala ditong S. Nagkamali lang yung gumawa nito. So, okay. Dito, 60. Yung normal na tao naman, or tayo, as human, yung normal natin is 60 to 100 beats per minute. Okay, ganun po yun. So, imagine 1,200 heartbeats per minute yung hummingbird. Take note everyone ha, baka lalabas sa board exam. Oh, literal na trivia ito. Literal na trivia. Next, number 2. What is the study of fungi called? O, sikat na sikat ito sa GenEd. Yung mga study of, sikat na sikat yan sa GenEd. So, suggest ko sa'yo, gumawa ka talaga ng note. Okay, lagay mo dyan yung mga study of, kahit 15 or 20 sila or kahit 10 sila. O, much better if 20 mo na lang, i-memorize mo silang lahat. Sige, what do you think? Letter A, bryology. Letter B, mycology. Letter C, psychology. Or letter D, virology. Study of fungi, that is correct. That is letter B, mycology. Study of fungi, mycology. Okay, letter A, bryology. Study of mga bryophytes or non-vascular plants. Are you familiar with vascular plants? Diba yung pag-transport ng nutrients, ng water, yun yung sa vascular plants, yung xylem, yung phloem, that is a vascular plants. Ito po kasi si non-vascular plants, bryophytes, sila yung mga mosses, sa sobrang liit nila, para na silang napakaliit na grass, basta sobrang maliit sila, mahilig silang magstay sa mga wet environment, okay, yung mga plants sila na sobrang liit. Then, ibig sabihin, non-vascular plants, wala silang kakayahan na mag-transport ng nutrients or water, di ba? Up, down yon. Unlike sa normal talaga na plants or mga trees, di ba? Vascular, stronger yung kanilang roots. Pero itong non-vascular plants or mga bryophytes, hindi stronger yung kanilang roots. So usually, pwede mo lang siya makunin at mamamatay talaga siya if kukunin mo yung mga mosses, ganun. Okay, fungi, mycology. Mycology naman yung sa algae. Okay, mga algae. Virology, of course, yung virus. Sige, take note nyo everyone ha. Number 3. What is the largest mammal in the world? Ito yung tanong na minsan yung iba, nagkakamali pa. Okay, nagkakamali pa. Trivia ito, baka lalabas. Take note, check natin. African elephant, sperm whale, blue whale, giraffe. Take note nyo, kapag trivia kasi, di ba sabi nila sa board exam, kung alam ng iba, dapat alam mo rin. Kasi kapag alam ng karamihan, na kumukuha ng let, ibig sabihin, mataas yung chance, kumbaga, nasa ka-average na area ka. Pero kapag hindi nila alam, pambawi mo kasi yung mga trivia na hindi alam ng iba kasi yun yung magpapatap sa'yo. Yun yung magiging unique ka sa iba. If alam mo yung mga hindi alam ng iba. Okay, that's why dapat marami kang alam ng mga trivia. Sige, what do you think? Largest animal in the world? Check ko nga yung mga sagot nyo. Hindi ko makita yung mga sagot nyo. Okay, hello and good evening. Perfect. Mag-tap sa board exam ha, kasi alam nyo to. Pero take note, yung iba dito, yung mga tao minsan confused pa sila kung yung tamang sagot. Largest mammal in the world, of course, makikita siya sa ocean level or sa water level, blue whale. Okay, ito, napakalaki niya talaga. Sobrang laki. So everyone, take note nyo ito. Additional information, and additional trivia. Screenshot nyo to or screenshot muna, later mo na lang isulat kasi medyo mabilis ako. Blue whale, largest animal or mammal that ever lived. Okay, ganun yun. African elephant naman, largest living land animal. So, sa land naman ito. Kasi kanina yung tanong mammal. Okay, of course, mammal yun. So, broad siya. broad siya. Hindi naman sinabi na for ocean lang, for land lang. So dito yung blue whale kapag largest animal, okay, ganun. So African elephant naman, largest siya but in a land form, okay? So si giraffe naman, tallest land animal, of course, because of his or because of its neck nila, neck. Okay. Ganito naman yung whale, shark, largest fish. Okay? Iba yung fish, iba yung mammal. Take note, iba yung fish, iba yung mammal. So, yung blue whale is a mammal. Okay, nagpapa-breastfeed siya. Pero ito yung fish, iba naman. So, whale, shark. Okay, saltwater crocodile, that is the largest reptile. Ostrich, largest bird. Take note din, because largest bird yung ostrich, so yung kanyang egg is the largest also. Okay? Yun din po yung pinaka-large nyo sa ostrich. Yung egg niya. Okay? Yung largest amphibian, Chinese giant salamander. Okay? Chinese giant salamander, that is the largest amphibian. Able, okay? We also have here Japanese spider crab, largest arthropod. Okay? Largest arthropod. Imagine a spider crab. Wow. Okay, ganon. So, green anaconda, or that is the largest snake. Capybara, the largest rodent. Polar bear, that is the largest terrestrial carnivore. Okay, carnivore naman sa terrestrial na area, that is the polar bear. Colossal squid, the largest invertebrate. Invertebrate without backbone, vertebrae with backbone. Okay? Ganon. So, colossal squid, makikita mo yan minsan sa Facebook or sa YouTube or yung mga, just like siguro, sa mga vlog ng mga fishermen. Sige, next. Number 4. The smallest bone in the human body is found in the blank. Okay. If you remember, smallest bone in the human body is found in the where? Which part? Okay. Nose, hand, foot, or yung air. Ano natin? Tainga ba? Are you familiar with stapes? Familiar kayo? Smallest bone, that is, okay, sa tainga natin, ito. Largest bone, yung femur, dito na sa paa natin, that is the largest bone. Femur. Yung smallest bone naman dito, yung stapes, makikita. Meron yung bone inside our ear dito. Okay, sa middle ear natin, okay, sa middle na part, dyan makikita yung stapes. Number 5, which blood vessels carry blood back to the heart? Veins, arteries, capillaries, or valves. O next, makinig po kayo. Ang yung tanong dito, blood vessels na carry blood back to the heart. Ibig sabihin, from other organs, okay, mula sa other organs ng ating katawan, babalik sa heart. For example, from the lungs, okay, from the lower part of our body, or from the brain, ganun. So on and so on. So pupunta siya, babalik siya sa heart. So ano yun? Ibig sabihin, from the organs going back sa heart. O ganun yun. That is, okay, tama, that is veins, or letter A. So ito, take note natin yung tatlo. These are the blood vessels. Artery, thick-walled, okay, carries blood from the heart to other parts of the body. So baliktad siya ni veins, okay? So si artery, siya yung from the heart to other parts of the body. So situated deeper under the skin. On the other hand, we have the veins. Yung pinagkaiba lamang ng artery at yung vein, dito po yung the way, yung kanilang function. Kasi same naman, dito. Same dito sila, yung kanilang function at kanilang malapad ba, manipis ba. So dito, number 1 at number 2, yung pinagkaiba ni artery at vein. Okay, dito, pareho sila, situated under the skin, pero ito deeper siya, deeper. Ito, under the skin nga siya, pero ito mas deeper si artery. Kasi thick siya. Si vein, thin siya, maliit siya, thin, manipis. So, carries blood from the different organs to the heart. Yun yung sinabi ko. Di ba sinabi ko earlier? From other organs, babalik siya sa kanyang or sa heart. Okay. So, situated under the skin. Ito naman yung capillary, yung pinaka, actually, ito yung pinaka marami kasi napakanipis din niya. At, kumbaga, napakarami siya na blood vessels dito sa ating meron din nga pong trivia one time, nabasa ko sa book. Yung daw natin, yung if isasamahin yung mga vessels natin, especially yung capillary, so na isang human, pwede siyang mag-reach hanggang sa moon. Imagine that. So trivia lamang yun. So capillaries are involved in the exchange of food material, respiratory gases, and body waste. So ito yung kanyang main na function ni capillary. Since na napakaliit niya, so di ba imagine napakaliit niya. So yung kanyang purpose is to exchange the food, the nutrients sa food, yung gases, yung body waste ganon yun. If you're familiar also sa alveoli, 'di ba yung alveoli sa lungs yun. Sa alveoli mismo, specifically sa alveoli, 'di ba na-exchange yun doon na part, yung grape shape, doon na-exchange yung oxygen, yung carbon dioxide. So same kasi yung doon yung naka-attach yung capillary, which is napakaliit niya. So ganun. Occur at the terminals of artery and vein. Sige. Number 6, the scientific name of humans is blank. O ito, as in trivia ito na lumalabas sa Gen Ed. Kasi elementary questions yung Gen Ed kasi everyone, yung Gen Ed, usually sa Gen Ed. Kasi lang yan 1 hour lang yan Napakabilis ng oras diyan. So yung gumagawa ng board exam, paano masagot sa specific span of time lamang. So dapat kumbaga mga trivia talaga yung mga tanong. So just like this one. So this is kapag ikaw ay science major, alam na alam mo ito. At kapag ikaw ay hindi science major at alam mo to, very good sa iyo. So tama, that is Homo sapiens. Okay, scientific name of humans, 'di ba? Genus and species. O ito genus ito, Homo. O mostly big letter pa yung panimula ng Homo. Then sapiens. O maliit na ito yung species. Kasi kapag maglalagay tayo, scientific name usually, naka-binomial siya. Binomial siya, dalawa siya. So dito na part, Homo sapiens sa humans. So Homo sapiens or the Homo sapiens is the scientific name for the modern humans just like us. The only extant species of the genus is Homo, yung kanina sabi ko. Okay, Homo sapiens. So, ibang book, Homo sapiens sapiens, pero ito, Homo sapiens. O, nag-rain, go away na. Sige. So, yung muna, yung according dito, so dito, Australopithecus or hominid. Okay, I don't know if maririnig nyo yung ulan, pero maulan talaga dito. Hopefully, hindi lang marinig kasi nasa office ako. Sige, next, Homo habilis. Ito na, medyo mas erect na siya yung niya. Unlike dito, Homo erectus talaga, yung pag-stand niya, yung pag-walk niya. Medyo tall na siya compare sa Homo habilis. Then, Homo, iba-iba din yun gamit nila dito, bato, dito, parang kahoy na part, then dito mga steel na Homo neanderthalensis. So dito, gamit na siya mga iron, mga metal, and Homo sapiens o human na talaga, modern human, just like this. Sige, number 7, pray talaga tayo wag mag-brown out. Nako, kanina nag-brown out, ilang oras pa naman yun. Okay, 7. Which human organ regenerates itself the fastest? Heart, liver, kidney, lungs. Okay. Hindi ko makita yung mga sagot niya. Okay, perfect. That is letter B, liver. So are you familiar with the liver transplant? Yung ibang mga tao, kapag nasa stage na or there is a problem na talaga sa kanilang liver or atay, that is atay or liver. So, nag-undergo sila ng liver transplant. So, dito sa amin, meron kaming ditong, sa other barangay, merong punong barangay na nag-undergo ng liver transplant. So, yung yung donor niya is kanyang anak na babae. So, nagpumunta sila, I think, sa India. Sa India sila pumunta. Then, nagkaroon ng liver transplant. Si Kapitan, ganun po. So, nag-regenerates naman kahit may part ng liver i-cut. So, normally, mag-regenerate yan. Yung kanyang liver, yung kanyang anak. So, ganun po. Take note, everyone. At yung liver then also is the largest internal organ of the body. Kasi largest organ, that is the skin. Okay? So, sa integumentary naman yung skin. So, liver, that is the internal organ. Number 8, which animal lays the largest egg? If you remember, kanina yung sinabi ko, 1 point ka dito. Ostrich, crocodile, whale shark, or penguin? Sino dito yung nakakita or kanina yung pag-start ko kanina? Largest egg because ito po is the largest bird dito sa Earth. Okay, na alive until now. Okay, tama. That is ostrich. If you remember kanina, may sinabi ako, largest bird, at siya din yung may largest, na naglelay ng largest egg. Ito. The ostrich egg is the largest egg in the world, taking 90 minutes to 2 hours to boil. Imagine that. Okay. Due to its thick shell and large size, it weighs around 1.4. Imagine 1.4 kilograms or 3 pounds and is equivalent to 24 chicken eggs in volume. Okay? Grabe. Grabe yung trivia ni ostrich. So, 90 minutes to 2 hours yung pag-boil kasi napaka-thick yung kanyang shell. Mabigat siya. Mabigat pa siya sa isang kilo. Yeah, 1 kilong bigas. So, 1.4 nga. Okay. Number 9. Which human organ has the strongest muscle by force? Everyone, take note. A, heart. B, jaw or masseter. C, thigh or quadriceps or arm or biceps. Strongest muscle by force or minsan hindi nila nilalagay yung by force. Other na tanong which is similar to this question, which human organ has the strongest muscle? Or which human organ has the strongest muscle by force? Bago 'di ba? Sagutan natin. What do you think? Okay, sabi ng iba B, sabi ng iba D. Okay, what do you think? Iba D, iba A. Di ba? Trivia talaga kasi hindi nyo alam. Hindi kaya sure sa sinasagot nyo dyan. The correct answer is letter B. Jaw. Ito, the strongest muscle in the human body is the masseter or jaw muscle. Dito natin, pero kapag itanong, by endurance, that is heart. Pero kapag walang by endurance or by force ang nakalagay, jaw isagot natin or masseter. Okay? Makinig. If ever itanong, which human organ has the strongest muscle? Question mark. Isagot natin jaw or masseter. If another question, which human organ has the strongest muscle by force? Isagot natin masseter or jaw muscle. Kasi, di ba kapag kumain tayo, grabe, yung impact, imagine kapag kumakain tayo, yung iba soft, yung iba medium, yung iba yung hirap na hirap kainin kasi kumbaga hard, hard siya siguro yung ganun, iba malaki, iba maliit. So, that is the jaw muscle. But, which human organ has the strongest muscle by endurance? That is heart. Kasi yung heart, 24/7, gumagana yan yung heart. Kahit kising ka, kahit natutulog ka, di ba? Gumagana yung heart. Hindi siya nag-stop kasi pag nag-stop siya, dedo tayong lahat. So, ganon. So, basta I think na-gets nyo yung mga pinagsasabi ko. So, take note nyo po dyan. Sinabi ko, take note. By endurance, heart. Pero kapag walang endurance, walang force, is jaw. Pero kapag may force, that is jaw. Okay? Sige. Number 10. Which element is essential for hemoglobin to carry oxygen? Okay. Sino dito yung may anemia? 'Di ba? Merong mga ano diyan, vitamin binibigay sa atin. So A, calcium, B, sodium, C, iron, D, potassium. Essential for hemoglobin. We're focusing sa blood to carry oxygen. Our blood, di ba, nagiging red siya because of the presence of hemoglobin. Then yung hemoglobin siya yung, kumbaga, catalyst, parang nag-help talaga to carry the oxygen from the different parts of our body, mga organs natin. So, ano yung essential na element? Element talaga. Essential, what do you think? Kapag we're talking about blood, we're talking about hemoglobin and all, that is perfect. That is iron. Okay, iron yan. So, kanina lang, kasi on September 8, first time gusto kong, blood, magdo-donate ng blood. Meron ditong bloodletting program sa amin. So, first time ko, binigyan ako ng iron. Meron ditong binigyan ako ng vitamins. Okay, merong iron. So, daw. So, ganun po, iron. Kasi blood, you're talking about blood. 11, which is this longest nerve in the human body? Okay. Sige. Longest nerve in the human body. Yung tanong na to is very specific. During our time, meron yung yung tanong kasi sa amin, longest cell. During what is the longest cell in the human body? Yung sagot natin, tama naman yun. Yung sagot is nerve cell. During our time. Yung tanong yun eh. Pero baka iswap nila. Imagine ba, yung tanong, trivia yun. If hindi mo na-gets yung trivia, magkakamali ka talaga sa tanong ng Gen Ed yun. So, ganito. Sciatic nerve, spinal cord, optic nerve, or vagus nerve. So, longest nerve naman, hindi longest cell. So, longest nerve yung tanong, yung dito. Yung question dito talaga, yung highlight natin, longest nerve. Tama. That is letter A, sciatic nerve. Ito po na part, ito yung yellow, that is the sciatic nerve. Longest yan. Dito na part, tibial nerve, pero part naman yan. Okay, sciatic nerve. Longest talaga na nerve in the human body. Aba yung femur kanina, yung sa bone. Number 12. So, para hindi mo makalimutan, ito. Longest nerve, sciatic nerve. Longest bone, ito, femur. Malapit lang sila, di ba? Which part of the human eye controls the amount of light entering? Retina, cornea, iris, lens. Human eye natin, the way we perceive or ma-identify natin yung colors around us, sabi tayo, blue, yellow, ganun. Gusto natin yung brightness, babaan yung brightness. Sino yung nagko-control? Okay. May kanta yan eh. If you familiar. Tama. Kasi may kanta nga eh. Tama. Perfect. Irish. Kakantahin ko pa ba? Hindi ko kakantahin, syempre. Sige, ito, the human eye. Ito yung iris. Napiperceive kasi, di ba, yung pupil, hole in the iris that lets the light in, like the aperture of a camera automatically responds to the level of light. Ito naman sa iris, yung ginagawa ni iris, ito na part, colored ring of the muscle that controls the size of the pupil. Ibig sabihin, depende siya sa brightness around us, nakikita natin. So, magko-control siya, lalaki ba yung natin, yung size ng pupil or normal size lamang ba? Kasi ina-adjust niya. Siya yung nag-a-adjust. Siya yung nagko-control. If feeling mo masakit sa mata, ganon. So, si iris yun. Dito, we have a ring of the muscle, controls the shape of the lens, controls accommodation of the eye. Hindi ito focus sa hindi ito focus sa light kasi dito naka-focus ang light. Okay, dito, light yung tanong kanina. So, iris yung mag-control. So, dito, when relax the lens at least curve least powerful. So, yung kinokontrol naman ni ring of the muscle, yung shape ng lens. Cornea, thick layer of transparent cells that protect the eye and the principal means of focusing the rays by refraction when entering the eye. Fine tuning on this focusing is done by the lens. Ito naman ang part dito sa outer na part, thick transparent cell na pinoprotektahan niya yung ating mata. Jelly lens or gel lens to fine focus rays on the retina by accommodation. Yung lens naman yung kanyang ano is retina. So ano yung retina? So yung kanyang partner si retina. So retina, layer of light sensitive cells. Rods and cones changes light energy into electric signals. Yung atake naman retina is more on siya sa electric signals kasi mas sensitive sa light sa retina. So hindi siya nagko-control but sinesense niya yung light and then mag-change yung light, yung mga light energy, di ba? We have the electromagnetic spectrum, so mag-change yan. So yung electrical signals ng ating katawan, of course, normally yan, yung retina nag-a-adjust. So optic nerve, yung kanina, so yung optic nerve kanina, if you remember, part siya sa choices, pero hindi siya yung longest na nerve. So optic nerve carries electrical impulses to the brain where the image information is processed. So, di ba, na-perceive natin yung image, so, pupunta sa brain, ganun pala yun, kaya ang color niya is blue, yung color niya is pink, ganun. So, optic nerve yung, kumbaga, transmitter, C, optic nerve. Next, 13. Which human gland is called as the master gland? Thyroid, adrenal, pituitary, or pancreas? Master gland, also known as what? Ang human gland or master gland, it is a human gland. Siya yung master gland, para kasi siyang mastermind. Main talaga niya is yung para siyang mastermind. So dito, what do you think? Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? Master gland? Saan yung master talaga, di ba? Brain of the computer, CPU. Master gland, kapag naman sa cell, di ba? We have the nucleus. Master gland, that is pituitary gland. Kumbaga siya nagko-control. Okay? So, pituitary gland, the main endocrine gland. It is a small structure in the head. Okay, dito. It is called as the master gland because it produces hormones that controls other glands and many body functions, including our growth. 'Di ba kapag yung growth kapag nasa climax na siya na stage o yung hinog na yung pituitary gland, parang ganun. So, yung growth ng isang tao, merong development o yung growth, especially yung sa puberty stage, okay, yung pituitary gland talaga ang lakas, yung kanyang contribution. The pituitary consists of the anterior and posterior pituitary. Sige, yun yung two types. Number 14. The Human Genome Project was completed in blank 1990, 2000, 2003, or 2010. Yung Human Genome Project, sikat ito sa GenEd. Kasi we're living in the 21st century where grabe yung pagmamanipula ng human body, grabe yung ginagawa, yung pag-sequence ng mga cells and all. Imagine, napakarami ng test tube baby. And just recent lang, merong late 1990s or late 1990s, 'di ba, yung egg na na-preserve ngayon lang ipinanganak, ganon. So imagine that. So what do you think? Tama, that is in the year 2003. 3 years old pa lang ako. Ganong time. So 2003, it was April 14, 2003. The Human Genome Project was completed. Okay? It was April 14, 2003 or year 2003. Yung Human Genome Project was completed. Take note nyo yan, baka lalabas kasi lumalabas yung mga year. Who first clone a mammal, which is, yung kanyang pangalan is Dolly. Sikat siya. Dolly the sheep. James Watson, Ian Wilmot, Barbara McClintock, or si Mark Zuckerberg. Wow, sana all. Nandiyan na si Mark Zuckerberg. 2003 si Sir. Not sure sa 2003. But yes, si Charlene McClellan. Okay, sige, number 15, tama, si Ian Wilmot. Kaya ito yung logic ng palagi kong sinasabi kapag tao. Take note everyone. Sa kukuha tip. Kukuha ng Let's Say September. Okay. Kapag nakita kayo ng isang tao nasa choices na kumbaga yung tanong is never mong narinig or kahit saan ka nagpunta or never mong narinig, never mong nabasa, kumbaga may connection siya sa ganong, iligwak mo na agad. Please, iligwak mo na agad. Okay, iligwak mo na agad. Letter B, yung sa Facebook yan, si Mark Zuckerberg. Okay, so si Barbara, yung sa Jumping Jeans, o si Barbara McClintock, okay, si James Watson at si Francis Crick, saan naman yun? Sa DNA naman yun. But si Ian Wilmot, that is, kumbaga, sa choices, kung i-check natin, unfamiliar siya, baka ganito siya. Yun yung technique ko sa board exam during my time. Hindi ko alam yung mga tao, promise, may mga tao sila nilalagay na hindi ko alam, nasa choices. So, technique mo na lang talaga yung tutulong sa'yo, paano mo may tama yung sagot. Okay? Basta sinasabi ko sa inyo, if never yung narinig, never yung nabasa na may connection yung isang tao na nasa choices, based sa tanong, huwag yung isagot. Okay? So, technique lamang yan. Sa technique din kasi, bakit ka magtatap sa let? May technique talaga tayong lahat. So, may technique yan. So, aside sa alam mo na lahat or nakapag-prepare ka ba, preparation talaga is that reason bakit magiging successful yung isang let taker, yung preparation niya. Enough ba yung preparation niya? Nag-study ba siya and so on? And the technique also. Yung technique talaga. Okay? Sige. Ito, or siya, si Ian Wilmot. Okay? Siya yung isa sa first clone. Clone the mammal, Dolly the sheep. Take note, si Dolly the sheep. Baka itong si Dolly ilagay sa choices. Meron yung mga tanong sa board exam. Okay? Meron yan. 16. Who discovered the ABO blood group system? Okay. Carl Landsteiner, Robert Koch, Louis Pasteur, or si Edward Jenner. ABO blood group system. Sino? Who do you think? Okay. Sino? Perfect. Okay. Tama. Nakita ko na, ma'am. Late ko makita yung mga sagot niyo. Naku po. Okay, tama. That is letter A, si Carl Landsteiner. So, si Robert Koch, siya yung nag-discovered, okay, yung sasakit na tuberculosis. Si Louis Pasteur, of course, yung mga microorganism, yung sa pasteurization, di ba, yung mga foods na tinakain natin, meron yung, kumbaga, ina-identify lamang kung ano yung mga bad bacteria, mga microorganisms na makapag-harm sa isang tao or kapag i-take natin. So, ina-identify yan. So, si Edward Jenner smallpox vaccine. Okay? Yun po. Siya yung gumawa or yung vaccination sa smallpox. So, si Edward Jenner. So, dito, si Carl Landsteiner is the father of modern blood transfusion. Okay. So, on September, ipasok ko sa mind ko, okay. Kaya pala merong bloodletting program. Charing. So, he died on June 26, 1943. So, he was an Austrian biologist, a physician, and immunologist. He discovered the ABO blood groups in 1901 or 1901. So, developed the system of classification of blood groups and identified the rhesus factor of enables transfusion along with Alexander Wiener in 1937. I-check nyo everyone, baka kasi lalabas ito si Alexander Wiener, okay, in 1937, baka lalabas. So, check mo lang. I-take note mo dyan. So we have to be grateful to his discoveries. That's why 108 million blood donations are collected globally and millions of lives saved. Di ba, ma-identify natin kung ano yung able lang na blood type na pwedeng ma-donate or ma-transfer sa other na person. It's because of him. So, na-identify niya yung ABO blood system. So, blood group. So, ito dapat, ganun dapat. So, si blood type O, si blood type A, and so on. So, he also discovered, take note, baka lalabas the polio virus in 1909. So, he received a Nobel Prize Award in Medicine in 1930. Okay? Ay, baka lalabas. Sayang naman. Take note. Alam na alam ito ng mga science majors. A karyotype is used to blank. A, study metabolic pathways, detect chromosomal abnormalities, clone DNA, or analyze protein. Sige. Kaya nga, not familiar eh. Pero actually, ganun talaga yung technique sa board exam. Merong mga tanong na unfamiliar na at usually siya yung sagot. Isa yun sa technique. Pero basta, yung mga sinasabi ko sa inyo talaga, i-take note nyo yun. Ipasok sa brain. Siya ang sagot kasi siya yung naiibang. Late ko na nakita. Karyotyping. Di ba yung karyotype, yung pag-arrange natin ng chromosome? So, saan yun yung may term na chromosomes? Di ba letter B? So, the way na ma-arrange yung chromosomes from 1 hanggang sa 23, pair na yun ha? Pair. So, i-arrange mo siya from largest to smallest. Ganon yung sa karyotyping ito. So, yung purpose dito, yung karyotyping, yung pag-arrange mo ng isang chromosome, this is a normal human karyotyping sa human. Okay, kasi XX, human female, o female pala. Dito, XX female, then XY male. So, yung nangyari dito, if ma-arrange mo na siya, malalaman mo if may sobra or may kulang. Ganon. So, doon mo madedetect if may chromosomal abnormalities which lead to mutation or chromosomal mutation. Okay, so, fatal ba siya? Mamamatay ba yung human or magkakaroon ba ng ganito, yung ganun yung sakit? Just like the Down syndrome, trisomy 21, yung iba, XO, yung iba, sumusobra sila, yung iba nakukulang din. Okay, so ma-identify yung abnormalities. Sige nga, basic naman ito eh. Alam na alam niyo to eh. Who coined the term survival of the fittest? Lumalabas ito sa mga pre-board minsan. Charles Darwin, Alfred Russel Wallace, Herbert Spencer, Thomas Robert Malthus. Survival of the fittest. I think na-miss nyo ako. Parang ang dami nyo ngayon. Perfect naman yan. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. Tama. Letter C. Si Herbert Spencer. So, yung survival of the fittest, it means to the natural process resulting in the evolution of organisms that make them acquire a better design that is fit to the environment. Survival of the fittest. For example, yung mga birds sa Galapagos Island, or for example, yung beak nila, as time goes by, na-form siya into something or nag-iiba-iba yung beak nila ng mga birds. So, dito kasi, kailangan nilang makasurvive based sa food, based sa resources kung saan sila nagstay. So, ganun. Yung iba na big, manipis, yung iba hard, mga ganun. So, iba-iba. So, natural na nangyari yan. Another example based sa book, yung neck ng giraffe, okay? Kasi long time ago, yung mga trees is napakataas. So, para mabuhay yung giraffe, nag-try niya, nag-effort siya na makuha niya yung food, makakain siya ng kanyang food o yung dahon. So, as time goes by, yung kanyang leeg, nag-longer na. Ganon. So, survival of the fittest is a phrase coined by Herbert Spencer. That is the correct answer. Letter C. inspired by the Darwinian evolutionary theory. And later, Darwin adopted the phase on his published works such as on the origin of species ni Charles Darwin. So Darwin sa evolution yan ha. Take note nyo silang dalawa, lumalabas sa salet. Famous, 100%. Sige, 19. Who discovered Saturn's largest moon, which is the Titan? Sige nga, familiar naman silang lahat eh. Galileo Galilei, Christian Huygens, Johannes Kepler, Isaac Newton. Di ba? Familiar silang lahat. Sino yung nag-discover? Saturn po ha, Saturn. Saturn's largest moon, hindi Jupiter. Saturn yung pinag-uusapan. Check ko yung sagot nyo, hindi ko makita. Hindi pa sila sumasagot. Sige, late ka talaga makita yung mga comment nyo. Nag-slay talaga siya. So, remember nyo yun ha. Remember nyo. Sige. Yung Titan, it was discovered by Christian Huygens. Okay? So, yung Saturn, iba kasi yung sa Jupiter, iba yung sa Saturn. Take note ha. Pareho silang may mga moons. Okay? So, si Saturn, usually, meron siyang rings. Okay, dito. Si Saturn. So, Titan, that is the largest ang moon sa Saturn, at it was discovered by Christian Huygens. So, si Galileo Galilei, of course, yung famous talaga siya na astronomer, yung kanyang telescope, siya yung isa sa reason or nagsuporta na Sun is the center of the solar system. Ganon, yun. Si Johannes Kepler naman, yung laws of planetary motion. So, si Isaac Newton naman, yung 3 laws of motion, ganon. So, 20. Who proposed the Big Bang Theory? Sige. Ito talaga yung choices eh. Who proposed the Big Bang Theory? Okay. Minsan, iniiba ko yung choices para makapag-add ng another information. Minsan naman, in-stay ko na lang yung choices, baka mag-verbatim. Okay? So, Albert Einstein, George Lemaitre, Stephen Hawking, or si Isaac Newton. Big Bang Theory. So, ito yung accepted na theory usually, di ba? Okay. How the universe, creating universe. Paano? It was because or na-propose ni sino? Tama, na letter B. Si George Lemaitre. Okay. So, evolution of the universe. So, ito yung Big Bang Theory. So, pag-explode, 0 years ago, dito nakalagay dito. Hindi pa ma-identify. So, after ng Big Bang, okay, ito, yung 300,000 years ago, ito na yung kamukha. Then Dark Ages, mid siya ng 380,000 years. Okay. Ito, yung Dark Ages. Okay, ito we also have here, next 300 million years, dito na part, 380,000 years, 300 billion years. So, dito after here, the first star appear, di ba we have billions of stars, tama? So, I think dito, na part, but today na ito, today, recent time na ito. So, iba-iba dito yung time frame. 380, wow, Big Bang din, 380 years, then 300 million, then 1 billion years. So, dito, first appears, nag-appear na. So, early galaxy, na-appear siya, 1 billion years pa, 1 billion years. So, alam naman natin, take note natin bakit iba-iba dyan. Pakinig. Based sa mga theory ni Albert Einstein, di ba yung universe is expanding and the universe is literally expanding, di ba? Based sa mga theory ng mga scientists or astronomers. Then, minsan din, since na nag-expand siya, merong din mga theory, are you familiar with the time machine, yung pag-time, iba-iba yung time, so hindi pa ma-identify talaga. So, yung mga million years ago, mga approximately lamang yun yung mga scientists. Hindi pa ma-identify. Imagine, because the universe is wide talaga, vast yung stars. So, approximate lamang yun. Approximate lamang yun ng mga scientists. Hindi pa ma-identify talaga. Imagine, today, formation of the solar system, 9 billion years ago. So, dito na. Pag-appear ng mga galaxies, iba-iba. Yung merong mga regular shape, merong irregular shape na galaxies, modern galaxies. So, iba-iba siya. Since the universe is expanding, hindi natin ma-identify if when yan nag-explode, when yan talaga exact na nabuo, and so on. So, mag-guide na lang tayo dito. So, ganito, yung formation ng solar system 9 billion years ago. Okay? So, the early galaxies naman, probably dito, 1 billion years ago. So, mapag-appear ng mga stars, dito, 300 million years ago. So, honestly, dito na part, medyo nag-wonder din ako. So, hindi nyo na lang ito i-focus muna, pero if you want to dig deeper, especially sa science major, let's study this one sa pre-board or sa final coaching. So, i-identify natin specifically. Okay? So, basta tandaan nyo, yung evolution ng universe, it started sa Big Bang. Okay? Sa Big Bang. Okay, understood? Sige, next. 21. The first 21, 22, 23, 24. So, yung tanong dito is wala siyang, kumbaga after that tanong, wala siyang picture. Hindi ko nilagay ng picture. Kasi after 24, nandun talaga sa isang picture talaga yung lahat ng trivia, or not just trivia, but history made by humans sa astronomy na setting. Okay? So, check natin. 21. The first man to set foot on the moon was black. Yuri Gagarin, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, or si John Glenn. Noong 1969, the first man to set foot, kasi tatlo sila eh. Yung dalawa nag-set foot talaga sa moon, but yung isa is naiwan. Okay, ganun. So, siguro may check siya, ganun. So, sino dito? First man to set foot on the moon. Okay, tama. That is Neil Armstrong. First man to set foot on the moon. Lumalabas to sa let. Ito, next na tanong. Sikat na sikat na sikat. Recent board exam question. Recent lang. After namin kumuha, lumabas ito. I think 2024. Okay, recent. Who was the first human in space? Neil Armstrong, Yuri Gagarin, John Glenn, or Buzz Aldrin? First man in space or first man to orbit the space, sa space na part. So, sino siya? First man, a human in space. He was? Tama. Sige, siya si Yuri Gagarin. The first space telescope launched in 1990 was the blank Chandra Telescope, Spitzer Telescope, Hubble Space Telescope, or Webb Space Telescope. Okay. I-check nyo. First space telescope na na-launch, okay, yung mga satellite, di ba, na part yan sa Earth, may mga area dyan sa atmosphere natin. So, ito, na-launch siya noong 1990. Another trivia, but this is history made. Okay, 23, that is, no. Tama, that is letter C, Hubble Space Telescope. Last question before then bigyan ng talaga ng picture talaga specific. Who was the first woman in space? Di ba lumalabas sa let yung first human in space or first man in space? What if ilabas sa time nyo ito? Sino siya? Valentina Tereshkova, Sally Ride, Mae Jemison, Christina Koch. Di ba? Trivia talaga yung atake natin tonight. Baka kasi merong lalabas sa isa or dalawa dito. Ano na yan? Big help na yan. Hindi ko makita yung mga sagot nyo. Check. 24. Anong sagot nyo? Tama. That is letter A. Si Valentina Tereshkova. Lumalabas sa salat, okay? Okay, minsan, baka lalabas na tayo nyo, baka ibahin nyo naman. At least alam nyo. So ito yung sinabi ko, this is the history of space exploration. Screenshot at isulat mo dyan later on. Noong 1957, October 4, the Sputnik, o yung sa Russia, nila sa space, yung first satellite, yung Russia, Sputnik yung pangalan, okay? It was year 1957, October 4. On November 3, November 3, 1957, same year, but November 3. Okay, yung Russia, we have the first animal. Okay, first animal sa space, yung name niya si Laika. It was a dog. So, first animal on space, dito. Sa Russia yung November 3, 1957. On 1961, April 12, si Yuri Gagarin from Russia also, he was the first man to orbit or first man in space. In 1963, same din. Imagine yung mga space exploration ni Russia during that time. Breakthrough talaga nila si Valentina Tereshkova. Kasi yung pangalan niya, di ba, pang Russia yung apelyido niya. So, first woman naman sa space during space exploration. Noong 1969, sinabi ko, July 20, Neil Armstrong, he was the first to step on the moon from the United States of America. Kasi hindi din sila papatalo, pero first honor ito. First honor. Kumbaga sila yung nauna. Okay. Yung Russia yung nauna, then sinundan ni US. Okay, we have here 1976. Yung Viking 1 at Viking 2. Okay, dito first probes on Mars. It was 1976. Many years ago na. Ilang dekada na yung Viking 1 at yung Viking 2 pumunta doon sa Mars. Okay. So noong 1977 naman, sa period ng August to September, Voyager probes from the US 1 and 2 na launch to study the solar system. Yung mga probes naman sa outer space, okay, nag-orbit dyan to study ano yung sa solar system natin. Okay, yung mga planets, yung mga asteroids, yung comets, yung meteors and all. Pinadala ng United States of America to study furthermore, okay? So, noong 1978, na-launch yung first GPS satellite. It was 1978. Noong 1981, from 1981 to 2011, nagpapadala yung USA ng mga space shuttles. Okay, check nila ano na yung improvement. Noong 1986, merong space shuttle na Challenger, merong na-aksidente. Okay, kasi take note everyone, hindi na, 'di ba, yung pinaka di ba yung Apollo 11, yung talaga yung Apollo 11 dito nila Apollo 11 yung sa moon. Napakarami pa munang attempt. Meron pang namamatay na mga astronauts bago maging successful. Di ba? Bago maging successful, it's do or die talaga yung ginawa nila. So imagine number 11 pa siya saging successful. Pero minsan talaga may mga accident talaga nangyari. Hindi basta-basta maging isang astronaut. Okay. 1990, April 24, Hubble Space Telescope placed into orbit. Kaya, yung sagot kanina is letter C. It was the year 1990, Hubble Space Telescope. Noong 1998 naman, first module of the station, yung International Space Station, okay, ng United States. Okay, we also have here 2003, meron din accident ng space shuttle, okay, sa Columbia. Noong 2004 to 2018, the rover Opportunity explores the surface of Mars. I think pandemic time after pandemic time, merong mga ginagawa yung ilagay mo daw yung name mo dito kasi pupunta yun sa Mars after few years. Okay, ganun yung mga pinanggagawa ng iba. But para siyang program na yun, program. So noong 2019, China lands probe on moon noong January 4. So hindi din magpapatalo. Imagine, from Russia, mga largest na mga country ito, from Russia to America to China. Gumagawa sila ng paraan. They explore beyond Earth. The Americans commit to returning to the moon in 2024. Ito pa, hindi ko nasabi kanina. Noong 2008, Falcon 1, first successful flight of the company SpaceX. Di ba sikat na sikat yung SpaceX ngayon? So mga trillionaires o billionaires dollars yung ginamit nila ha. Grabe talaga. Okay, take note nyo yun, baka lalabas sa board exam. 25, ito yung mag-asawa. Mag-asawa. Okay. Husband and wife, mga scientists sila, mga chemist sila. Si Marie Curie at si Marie Curie are famous for discovering blank uranium and thorium. Mga elements ito. Polonium and radium, helium and neon, sodium and potassium. Kumbaga, take note, radioactive elements ito. So, namatay sila dahil din sa nakuha nilang sakit kasi exposed sila sa mga radioactive chemicals. Okay, ano yung nila na-discover? Tama, that is polonium at radium. Lumalabas to sa special science major. Okay. Sana all, sila itong dalawa ito, mag-asawa sila. So, meron silang award then or Nobel Prize awardee sila during their time. 26. Who first measured the circumference of the Earth around 240 BC? Aristotle, Eratosthenes, Ptolemy, or si Galileo? Since the measure niya, yung circumference, accurate na na-measure yung circumference ng Earth during his time, he is also known as the father of geography. Okay. Grabe yung nangyari mo. Okay, ito. Sino siya? Sino? Trivia. Tama. That is, or he was, Eratosthenes. So, Eratosthenes was a world-famous mathematician known for his unbelievable and exact calculation. He was the only mathematician who put efforts to calculate the Earth's circumference and calculated the Earth's axis tilt. Okay? Due to Earth's axis, due to the pag-tilt ng Earth's axis, may mga change sa seasons. So, both of his calculations are exact. Imagine. And so, he became famous worldwide. Okay? Di ba alam naman natin, science, para na itong kapatid ni math. So, ginagamit din yung mga ideas sa mathematics, so science. So, ganun yun. So, he was the one, or very famous talaga. So, 27. Which early philosopher proposed that matter is made of 4 elements, or also known, or tinatawag yan na roots, yung earth, water, air, and fire. Inkantadya ang dating. Ay, sorry. Parang akong, saan yung ko, nalobat ng first one. Wait lamang po, i-check ko lang ang ating charger. So, ano yung... Oh, sige, sino dito yung mahilig manood? Kay Sangre Perena, saring. Kay Tera. Sino dito? Si Socrates, si Democritus. O baga inspired siguro. Yung Earth. Kay Danaya. Yung water. Ayoko na. Ningkantadya na tayo dito. Yung water kay Alena. Yung Kay Amihan, joke lang nga. Sige, yung fire kay Perena. Nanonood din kasi ako nito. So, sino nang sagot niya? Tama. Tatawa ako. So, siya si Empedocles. Sige, ne. Okay, hindi si Socrates, hindi si Democritus, hindi si Plato. Okay, siya ito, inspired ng Encantadia ha. So, tandaan nyo ito kasi sa mga science books, sa history ng science, usually nasa first page sila. So, lumalabas to split. Okay, itry natin. So, yung other naman ng mga choices, si Socrates. Sikat na sikat si Socrates. O, baka lalabas kasi minsan lumalabas ito sa Prof-Ed. Si Socrates, yung Socratic method niya. O, yung Socratic method, yung question and answer ba? Are you familiar with that? Okay. Ganun yun, Socratic method. Okay, question and answer. Si Plato naman, sige, babasahin ko na lang para maintindihan nyo. So, si Socrates was one of the famous, powerful thinkers in history. He encouraged his students to examine their beliefs. So, chinecheck niya, if masami niya yung beliefs niya, so magtatanong siya. So, wise din siya, no? Socrates asked them a series of leading questions to show that people hold many contradictory opinions. Of course, meron tayong opinions kasi iba-iba yung mga pananaw natin sa buhay. So, therefore, this method of teaching by the question of and answer, lumalabas talaga ito sa Prof-Ed. Baka lalabas din sa science. Approach is known as the Socratic method. Basta Socratic method talaga, question and answer. Tanong, sagot, ganun, tanong, sagot. So, he devoted his life to gaining self-knowledge and once wrote, there is only one good knowledge and one evil ignorance. Wow, logic, no? Grabe. So, si Plato naman, born into a wealthy Athenian family. Of course, kapag mga ano siya, sa Greece, di ba, mga Athens siya, mga wisdom, or nasa sa wisdom, ganun sana all. So, Plato had careers as a wrestler. Hindi lamang siya matalino, wrestler din siya, and poet, before he became a philosopher. Iba pala siya. He studied with Socrates. After his teacher died in 399 BC, kasi teacher niya, estudyante siya, Plato left Greece and traveled to North Africa and Italy. He later returned to Athens and founded the school called the Academy. Sikat ito, lumalabas sa salat yung term na Academy. The school lasted for approximately 900 years. Wow, sana all. It was Plato who once stated, philosophy begins in wonder. Tama nga naman. If you ask questions, or if you're curious on what is happening around you, magpapasok yung term na philosophy. Minsan yung mga term na, philosopho ka talaga, ganun. So, hindi nila alam, but in a philosophical manner dapat, not philosopho na bad attitude, ganun. So, mahilig, ibig sabihin, napakarami nilang alam. Grabe yung thoughts nila. Sobra-sobra. Sana bigyan kayo nila. Sana bigyan kayo nila para mag-top kayong lahat sa lahat. Aristotle naman is the son of a physician. Was one of the brightest students at Plato's Academy. Okay? So, sila? From Socrates to Plato to Aristotle. Take note mo na lang yung SPA para hindi mo makalimutan SPA. Starts from Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle yung last. Okay, si Plato's Academy yung kanina. Ito, he came there as a young man and stayed for 20 years until Plato's death in 335 BC. Aristotle opens his own school in Athens called Lyceum. The school eventually rivaled that academy, the academy. Okay, rival niya, nakaawa yun yung academy niya, Aristotle once argued, he who studies how things originated and came into being will achieve the clearest view of them. Iba talaga pag matatalino, no? Ang daming sinasabi. So, from the, yung isa, si Plato, inspiration niya sa Socrates. So, sa Plato, gumawa ng school, which is the academy. So, later on, when Plato died, si Aristotle naman, so, gumawa naman siya ng Lyceum naman. Take note niyo yung dalawa, iba yung the academy, iba yung Lyceum. Okay? So, rival niya. So, other school siya. Ganun. So, take note niyo silang lahat. At yes, tatlo sila. Hindi lamang sa Gen Ed Science, hindi lamang sa Science and Technology, hindi lamang sa Science Majorship, but Prof. Ed. Lumalabas sila. 28. Which discovery by Alfred Nobel led to his creation of the Nobel Prizes? Dynamite, nitroglycerin, gunpowder, or celluloid? I don't know if saan, I think, na-discuss ko siguro ito somewhere or before, or siguro nakagawa ako ng tanong sa Google Form, feeling ko. Kasi itong si Alfred Nobel, siya yung tao behind the Nobel Prizes Award. At meron siyang na-discover which is sikat, kumbaga, connected sa kanya. What is that? I don't know lang if na-discuss ko ito last episode or last part or siguro sa Google Form quiz. And that's correct. That is dynamite. Okay? Lumalabas ulit. So, Alfred Nobel Prize Awards are dynamite. So, i-parallel mo na lang pag-memorize. Okay, 29. The Earth was the first scientifically estimated to be billions of years old through blank. Fossil records, stratigraphy, ice cores, or radiometric dating. So, yung Earth, of course, there are many organisms living on Earth, excluding the living and the non-living things. So, it was estimated, paano malaman yung age? Yung years old. Kapag nakita ka ng years old, pasok yung age. So, paano siya? Ano yung ginamit? What do you think? Ano yung ginamit? Perfect. That is radiometric dating. To identify, that is radiometric dating. Take note everyone, baka lalabas sa board exam. Ito yung isa sa mga tanong na conflict minsan. 2 ways to know the age of the fossils and the rocks. Meron tayong dalawa. Relative dating at radiometric dating. So, sa relative dating determines the sequence of events by comparing rock layers but cannot tell how long ago the events occur. Itong sa relative dating, usually lang, ginagamit siya sa mga hindi siya talaga cannot tell exactly, but more on siya sa term na young or old or minsan mga low level lamang siya. Ito ganito lang na mga years, few years ago. Ganun lang yung niya kapag tell kung ano yung age ng rocks or yung fossils. Hindi siya ganun ka-deep. Unlike sa radiometric dating, kasi itong sa radiometric dating, usually gumagamit siya ng radioactivity, mga radioactive elements and so on. So, also known as the absolute dating or the precision of the dating by measuring radioactive decay of elements in rock. So, dito, radiometric dating, ma-identify niya yung age million years ago. Okay, million years ago, kaya ma-identify yung age ng Earth, yung age ng rocks, yung mga fossils. Okay, 545 million years ago, 520 million years ago, 510 or 495 million years ago. That is radiometric dating. Unlike relative dating, usually, ito younger, ito older, ito. So, hindi talaga ma-identify exactly when the events occurred. Take note everyone, used to measure igneous and metamorphic, but not sedimentary rock. Why? Sedimentary rock, di ba, use sediments. Every day, merong mga erosion, merong mga weathering. Hindi na, kumbaga, sedimentary rocks, sedimentary process, kumbaga, constant siya na process. Constant siya. Kasi because of the gravity and all that is happening around us, yung sedimentary rocks, di ba sedimentary? Compilation siya ng mga fossils, mga remains, gano'n. So, hindi niya ma-identify. Kasi ibig sabihin, iba-iba yung isa from this age, yung isa naman from young na age, gano'n. So, iba-iba. Okay? But, yung igneous rock at metamorphic rock, it can be identified. Pero usually talaga is the igneous rock. Igneous rock which is located usually sa mga vulkan, malalapit sa vulkan, gano'n. So, metamorphic rock naman, it was hardened siya because of too much heat and pressure. Okay, gano'n po. Sige, next. 30. Which gas was absent in Earth's early atmosphere? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, or methane? Okay, so what do you think? Okay. Sige. Hindi ko makita yung mga sagot ng persons, pero let's try. During early moment or early age pa lang ng Earth, di ba meron siyang atmosphere. So, usually yung atmosphere, meron talaga yung mga components, mga elements, mga gases. Okay. Nag-live na si Sir Melvin. Depende po sa'yo. Depende sa'yo, sir. O, depende sa'yo. Hindi ko naman ito i-delete. Pero if you want to, talaga, instant, kumbaga, yung mind mo ngayon is nakafocus pa. Nag-live si sir. Thursday naman ngayon eh. Di ba Friday siya nagla-live? Sige, depende sa inyo. Sige. Carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, methane. Kahit, as of the moment, yung niya is mataas yung percentage niya sa modern day, pero during early moment pa lang, early atmosphere, 0, 0, 0 siya. That is oxygen. Okay, that's why, di ba sa early pa lang, wala pang life. Wala pang mga different, mga animals, wala pa. Kasi 0 pa yung oxygen. Okay? So, oxygen yung absent. Pero ngayon, 21% na siya. Okay, 78 yung nitrogen. Ganon. So, 31, the Jurassic period. Basic. Pakalalabas. Sige. Alam nyo to eh. I bet perfect kayo dito. The Jurassic period is best known for the rise of blank. Magkakamali pa talaga kayo nito. Naku po. Amphibians, dinosaurs, mammals, or birds. 30. Okay, 30. Nagkakamali kayo, Jurassic period. Sino dito nanonood ng Jurassic Park? Ano yung mga animals na nandoon? Ano yung mga animals na nandoon? Mga Jurassic period. Sino yung nanonood ng Jurassic Park? Jurassic period, that is dinosaurs. Sino yung nanonood ng Jurassic? Mga dinosaurs ito. Mga dinosaurs ba? Pero ngayon, extinct na sila. Okay? Akala ko talaga alam na alam nyo to. Better na. Nandito kayo. Yung iba nagkakamali. Iba sagot amphibians. Iba mammals. Kapag nakita kayo ng Jurassic period, the rise of dinosaurs talaga. Which is extinct na ngayon. So, Jurassic period yun. Okay? 32. Which of the following organisms were the first vertebrates or may backbone to walk on land? Mammals, insects, reptiles, or amphibians? Okay. What do you think? Yung organisms, the first backbone na able to walk sa land, ibig sabihin, kapag ganito, ano yung nangyari? Okay. Yung iba naman, gumagapang. Okay, yung iba gumagapang dito. Vertebrae na nag-walk sa land. Yung iba, para silang dito. Tama. So, dito na part, able sila mag-live sa land. Able din sila mag-live sa water. Able din sila mag-live sa land. Those are amphibians. Meron silang backbone. Walk sa land sila. Meron yung mga backbone. The frog, the salamander, okay, mga ganon. O, mga salamander. Okay, the frog and salamander. 33. Oxygen build-up in the atmosphere led to which protective layer? Ozone, carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor. So dito, logic yung tanong, pero kayang-kaya nyo to. Oxygen, na build up sila sa atmosphere. Okay. So we have 21% na oxygen. So sa atmosphere, meron akong nilagay dito na protective layer. Because of this, we are able, nakasurvive tayo sa harmful rays coming from the sun, or which is the ultraviolet rays. Sige. Dito ozone, dito oxygen yung natanong. So, dapat alam mo, usually alam mo, yung mga elements. So, dito, ozone yung sagot, kasi oxygen, ito yung formula ng ozone. Meron silang tatlong atoms ng oxygen. Tatlong atoms, kumbaga, O3, ganon yung ozone. So, oxygen. So, we have to be grateful. Hindi lamang yung oxygen is yung nabibigay buhay sa tao, able